Hi, and welcome to your yoga practice for today. Whether you're practicing in the morning, afternoon, or evening, thank you for tuning in. My name is Anne, and this practice is all about the sacral chakra. So I want to take just a moment to talk to you about what that represents, where that is, and what that means for this practice. So the sacral chakra is the second of our 7 main chakras that run up the column of our spine, and it's located right underneath our belly button. So think that low belly area, sacral area, right? The sacral chakra is represented by the color orange, and it has everything to do with the water element, right? So our ability to go with the flow, our ability to be fluid in our actions and our thoughts, and our sensuality. It's representative of our creativity and our real sense of pure, joyful, just sensuality, right? So what we'll be doing in our practice today is trying to wake up the sacral chakra. We'll be trying to activate just some of the energy that sometimes gets stuck and settles in our hip and our lower abdominal area. And so what that means for our practice is we'll be doing some twisting, we will be doing some hip opening, and some fluid movement, right? So grab whatever props you might need for a practice. And for me, that just means a couple of blocks today. For you, if you need anything else, take a moment to get that now. And we are going to start in easy pose where you see me here. So when you're ready, cross the legs. Maybe you cross them the opposite way than what you normally do, and just start to close your eyes if you've not already, and breathe. Breathe at your normal cadence, your normal pace. And as you breathe, start to bring that breath, bring that oxygen down into the sacral chakra, that low belly region. Maybe you feel the cool air coming in through the nose, and you feel that warm air exhaling out through the nose. Maybe you start to feel an expansion of your belly forward and out as you breathe in, belly contracting as you exhale. Notice the quality of your posture now, and see if your shoulders might benefit from rolling down away from the ears. Maybe the chin tucking slightly will help pull the spine up and out. Good. Now, if there's an intention you'd like to set for your practice, I invite you to do so now. And if nothing comes to you, I invite you to set the intention of just going with the flow, right? Letting go and loosening up. So for you, that might mean physically in this practice, but maybe there's other areas in your life where you need to loosen your grip, right? You need to release, you need to let go of control, or let go of your expectations of how things should be, right? Sometimes that grip is associated with just tension and tightness in that sacral chakra. How can you let go in this practice? And how can you release some of that tension, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual? Let's take one more breath in our easy pose. And you can start to blink your eyes open now. Next breath in, reach your arms up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, side stretch to one direction. I'm headed to the right here, but if left feels best for you, go ahead and do that. So as you stretch to the side, both sits bones are grounding down. You're reaching up and out through the left side body. Inhale, back to center, reach. Exhale, other side. So that palm is reaching down to the mat. We're really lengthening up and out through the entire side body. Good. Breathe in, reach up to center. Exhale, twist. So twisting to that first direction now, one palm to the opposite knee, that back palm is just supporting you. Stay lifted and twist, and really feel this twist in your low belly. Good. Inhale, back to center, reach. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Now you may notice a difference from one side to the other. That's fine, that's normal. Good. Back to center, inhale. On your exhale, bring your feet to the mat, hands next to you, and press up to a reverse tabletop. Now, if you're not warm yet, we're early on in our practice, maybe you're not reaching high with the hips yet. All I ask is that you're lifting up and out of the chest, trying to get your glutes, your hips up toward the ceiling. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the seat back to the mat. And now we're going to come into one more twist. It's called Wheel of Life, and it's a deeper twist. So watch it, try it. If it feels a little bit tight right now, we'll get to come back to it once toward the end of our practice. So feet are coming as wide as your mat. Take both knees off to the right. Okay, it's just like windshield wipers, knees fall to the right. You're going to continue to turn your upper body to the right and start to reach to the back of your mat. So I'm walking my fingers back. It's this really beautiful deep twist, and you notice my thighs, my legs stay the same. Now, if you're feeling good, lifted, maybe you start to lower down to a forearm. Maybe you stay up on your hands for this first Wheel of Life twist. One more breath. Then nice and easy, make your way back to center. Knees, windshield wipe off to the other side, to the left. Continue to reach your body around to the left. Trying to reach our body all the way to the back of the mat, and then maybe you come down to a forearm. For me, I'm staying lifted. Take one more big breath in this twist. And come back to center. Good. Transition to your tabletop now, to hands and knees. We're going to come into our cat and cow flow here 4 times. So when you're ready, inhale to your cow pose. Exhale, cat. Good. Continue to follow your breath. Now, sometimes we really focus on what our spine or our shoulders are feeling, but for this practice, I really want you to focus on the sensations in your low belly. Are you actively engaged? Do you feel some fluid movement coming into that low belly area? And if not, change this pose so that you do. Good. Last time in your cat pose. Back to center. Good. Let's come into our balancing table now. Right arm forward, left leg back. Everything at hip height if possible. Breathe in. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, extend. On your exhale, bring the right and left leg out to the side. It's tricky, but you can do it. We're warming up the core. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. You've got the flow now. Exhale, out to the side. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, out to the side. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, out to the side. Good. Back to center. Big breath in. And come to tabletop. Take a moment to reset. If a cat-cow would feel good here for just a moment before we come to the other side, please do so. And then let's try that opposite side. Left arm, right leg, extend. Hold for a breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Extend out. Exhale, arm and leg come out to the side. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, out to the side. Back to center. Exhale, elbow to knee. Extend. Exhale, out. Good. Back to center. Big breath. Hand and knee down. Press back to child's pose. 2 breaths here. Pausing and breathing. Maybe moving your hips side to side if that would feel good for your body. Good. Now transition through your tabletop. Tuck your toes and find your first downward facing dog. So as you warm up in your down dog, I want to talk a little bit about your hips while we're here. So our hips are really big muscles in our body, right? And they hold so much of our tension. So many of us say we have tight hips, And it's true, right? A lot of our tension just kind of settles in our pelvis and it stays there. And there's a lot of different ways we can open the hips, right? We have the side of our hips or our glutes that can hold a lot of tension, but also our hip flexors, right? And we're gonna work on those now. So from our down dog, let's inhale up onto tiptoes. On your exhale, bring your toes down. Next, inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, open the hip, bend the knee. So you're gonna feel this in your quadricep. You should feel a little bit in your hip flexor on the right. That's that front of the hip. Good, now inhale, lift up onto the left toes. Lift your standing foot's heel. Exhale, the heel comes down. Inhale, lengthen right leg high. Exhale, right foot all the way through. Find a low lunge. So in this low lunge, our back foot is down, our back knee is down, and we're sinking our weight forward. Good. You can keep your hands on your thighs here or reach your arms up. So it's going to challenge core and balance a little more. So you're going to be feeling some kind of sensation, right? Some kind of stretch in the left hip flexor, our psoas muscle. When we sit all day, our psoas shortens, okay? So as we open and lengthen this, we're kind of reversing the effects of sitting a lot. We're creating more space and length. Good, breathe in. Exhale, hands down to the inside of that front foot. Walk it out to the side slightly. We're staying in a high lizard pose here for a couple of breaths. So stay uplifted on your hands. Front toes you see are turned out at an angle, and I'm really lengthening through that back leg. That psoas is still opening. Take another breath in. On your exhale, bring your hands around your front foot. Tuck the back foot so that you can lift the knee and open into a twist, right arm high. Good, massaging all our internal organs. Really lengthen through that top arm. Breathe in. Exhale, the hand comes down. Step to forward fold. So this is our first forward fold of practice. Be gentle with yourself here. Bend your knees. Maybe your hands are grounding into a block if you're feeling tense or tight this morning. Maybe you find a rag doll. See if you can release. See if you can let go some of that tension in your low back. Right? There's muscles that wrap around to our hips from our low back, so it's all connected. Tension in one area almost certainly means tension in the other. Good. Bring your hands down in front of you if they're anywhere else, and then inhale up, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold. Next breath in, press down, lift up. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale your hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your plank. So for you, maybe that's knees down today. For you, maybe that's really strong core hugged in, knees high. Let's take one more breath in our plank. And then exhale, lower down to your belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, whatever you feel ready for. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, left leg high. On your exhale, bend the knee to open the hip. Just noticing how this feels on the other side. Our core is still engaged. Our palms are holding us steady. Now lift up onto the right tiptoes. See what that does. Exhale the heel down. Lengthen the left leg. Breathe in. Exhale, foot in between the hands. Find your low lunge. Dropping the back knee, maybe pausing with hands on your thigh first. And then reaching arms up if you'd like to. For this option, you can always bring hands together. Find a mudra. Anything else that feels safe and stable for your upper body is perfectly fine. Let's breathe in together. Look up, lengthen the spine. And then on your exhale, hands come down in between or inside of that front foot, finding that high lizard pose. We'll have an opportunity a little later in practice to come down to forearms or a block, but for now we're just staying high and checking in. Maybe we're working on lifting our heart up and out of our abdominals. Good, breathe in here. On your exhale, foot in between the hands, tuck the back toes, and find your twist, that left arm opening high. You can look at the fingertips. Maybe you look at a point on that wall where your gaze is facing. One more breath in your twist. Exhale, the hand comes down, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Good. Inhale, reach and rise, mountain pose. Exhale all the way back down to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank. When you're ready, big breath in. Lower down chaturanga or to your belly. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We're coming through that series again on each side to feel it in our body. We'll move a little quicker this time now that you know what's coming. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, heel down. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, right foot in between the hands, low lunge. Breathe in, reach up. On your exhale, sink your hips forward. Now breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lizard pose. Holding here for a breath. Let it out here. Inhale, frame the foot, lift the back knee. Exhale, twisting to the right. Breathe in, twist a little deeper. Exhale, the hand comes down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, vinyasa through. Finding your series of poses, your flow that feels best in your body to reset and meet in downward facing dog. Take the next 1 to 2 breaths to get there. And then we'll inhale the left leg high. Exhale, open the left hip. Inhale, right tiptoes. Exhale, heel down. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, left foot through, low lunge. Coming up high, reach up, inhale. Exhale, sink the hips forward. Good, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhaling to lift the heart. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, preparing for our twist. And exhale, opening the left arm high. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, hand comes down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back and flow through your yoga vinyasa. Maybe that's a chaturanga dandasana. Maybe it's a child's pose. Maybe it's something completely different to get you to reset and meet back in down dog. Taking another breath in your downward facing dog. Exhale, let it all go. Good. Inhale, right leg high. On your exhale, bring the right foot all the way through, finding this runner's lunge. So we're on our fingertips. Our back knee is still lifted. Good. Now engage the core. Inhale, high lunge. Good. Bending into the right knee. Now straighten that right leg on your inhale. Exhale, warrior two. So warrior two is a really strong pose, right? We feel our heart rate coming up. Feel our thighs working, but I want you again to pay attention to that opening in the hips. As the knee comes out over the big toe, beyond the big toe, that left hip is still drawing back. So if you have a wall, you're almost Thinking about being against that wall with your glutes and still opening both hips. Good, breathe in. Exhale, sink. Good, inhale, straighten that front leg. Turn to the side of your mat and exhale, goddess. Good, here we are in our goddess pose. My hands are at heart center. Yours can be in another variation that feels good for you. Goddess pose, hip opening, core strengthening. Take a breath in. On your exhale, sink low. Inhale, reach up into star pose. And on your exhale, find your warrior two. Breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down around the front foot. Get ready, breathe in. On your exhale, step to standing splits. Good, so the left leg is lifting high. Take your fingertips to the mat, breathe in. And then exhale, forward fold. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and flow through. Maybe for you that's just stepping back to down dog. Maybe you're taking that full vinyasa with your chaturanga, your up dog and down dog. Take a moment, 1 to 2 breaths here before meeting back in downward facing dog. And let's see how that feels on the left side. Inhaling, left leg high. Exhale, bring it all the way through. We're in that runner's lunge. Lifting and engaging through the back leg. Light on our fingertips. When we're ready, breathe in, high lunge. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit. Good. Now inhale, straighten front leg. Exhale, open to warrior two. So be mindful of those same things on this side. As the front knee opens away from the big toe, the back hip is still reaching back. So our hips are open to the side. They're not facing forward like in a warrior one. Breathe in. Exhale, sink. Good, now inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, turn all your toes to the sides of the mat for goddess pose. Lost my balance there a little bit. Lost my balance and lost my breath. This is challenging, right? So you find the edge of your goddess pose. Don't be somewhere in goddess that feels painful or feels unstable, right? So if your knees just have a soft bend today, great, that's fine. Wherever you are, if it feels safe to sink a little lower, go for it now. Next breath in, inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two, bending back into your left leg. Breath in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. In this runner's lunge, breathe in. Exhale, standing splits. The right leg is lifting. You'll notice I'm still pressing through my heel. Hips are still squaring down to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow through. Finding whatever your vinyasa looks like for you today. And meeting in down dog. If you need a moment in a child's pose, take a child's pose. If you need to pause the video to take a drink, this is a great time to do so. We're coming into one more standing series where we'll challenge our balance a little more. So preparing your mind and your body for that. Take another breath in. Transitioning to down dog if you're ready. Good. From here, right leg reaches high. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Good. We've been here before. Plant the left hand and open up right arm. In this low twist, breathe in. Exhale, hand comes down. Good. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale to stay. Inhale, straighten your front leg. On your exhale, reach down toward the mat, down toward your foot. So both legs are fairly straight. You might need to shorten your stance a little. We're opening, lengthening that front hamstring. I'm going to bring a block to the inside of my right foot for this stretch. And if it feels more stable for you to bring that back foot flat, please do so. So this is a pyramid variation. From here, I'm going to ground down into that left hand on my block and start to open into a twist. My right arm is opening. If this is too much, stay to center. Don't add the twist. If this hurts or tweaks or pulls anything that doesn't feel like it's a safe challenge, breathe in. Exhale, hand comes down, set the block aside. Bring a gentle bend in the front knee, breathe in. Good. Exhale, standing splits, that left leg reaches high. From here, breathe. Ground into your right hand and lift up to warrior three. If that transition is too much, come to mountain pose first. So I'm gonna stand at the side so you can see that lifted leg. Okay, in my warrior three, my left leg is at hip height. My hips are squaring. You can reach your arms forward for more. Hands at heart center for a little less. Breathe in. And then softly with control step to mountain pose. That right leg is really warm. It's on fire right now. We're gonna work it a little bit more here. Ground down through the right. Standing leg raise with the left. Breathe in. Good, hold. Now cross the ankle of the left leg over the right knee, hands at heart center, figure four. Start to sit your hips back. So you should feel some kind of a stretch or pull on that left side. Arms can reach forward as a counterbalance. If you're feeling really open right now, hands can come down to a block or the mat. You can also stay lifted. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, you're doing great. 1, slowly reach and rise up to your mountain out of this, uncross, shake it out. Fantastic job. That's not easy. Find mountain, breathe in. We're gonna keep that heat in our bodies. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow through. Finding your chaturanga or your low push-up. Your upward facing dog meet in downward dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, left foot through, runner's lunge. We're staying low, breathe in. Exhale, ground down through the right palm. Inhale, left arm reaches high in your low twist. Pull your left hip back so you feel that in the hip. Breathe in. Exhale, the hand comes down. Start to straighten the front leg. That back heel can come down if you'd like. More stability, more support. Again, this is the part where I'm bringing a block to the inside of my foot so I feel a little more stable, okay? From here, with both of those legs fairly straight, we're adding that twist. Left arm starts to reach high. So you can call this revolved triangle or revolving pyramid. My back heel is still up, but again, for you, if a back heel down feels best, that's okay. Take one more breath in, you've got it. Exhale, the hand comes down. Breathe in. And now step to your standing splits. That left leg is our stable, strong, grounded leg. Fingertips on the mat. Remember where we're going from here. We're pressing down into the left. Inhale. Exhale, lift warrior three. It's a hard transition. I know you can try. If it doesn't feel right for you today, come into mountain and then transition to warrior three. So you're seeing my hands are at heart center this morning, this afternoon, whenever you're watching this. If you want to reach forward, do it. If airplane reaching back is best for you, that's great too. Take another breath and then come to mountain pose. Take just a moment to reset those feet. We're staying grounded through the left. Standing leg raise, right leg lifts. Cross the right ankle over the left knee for our figure four. Now sink your hips back nice and slow. Nothing needs to be quick here. Arms might reach forward. Good. Breathing. You have that option to continue to reach down to the mat or a block for a deeper stretch. If you fall out of it like I did, come right back in. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, nice and controlled. Come up, uncross. Shake it out. Nice job. Start to bring it down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to a forward fold. Let's take a big toe fold. So reach your peace fingers around your big toes. Bring your feet a little wider than hip distance. And then pull your upper body down into your low body. Elbows fan out to the side. Let your head be heavy. Good. One more breath in this big toe fold. And then release your hands. Bring your knees to the mat. Then go ahead and sit back on the knees for a hero's pose for just a minute. We're going to close our eyes here and take a few deep breaths and just kind of come back to center. Come back to the here and the now. So balance poses do challenge our focus, and they force us to really be present and feel sensations in our body. And now is our chance to come back to our breath if we've lost it. If you've been able to stay mindful of your breath throughout this whole practice, wonderful. But if not, come back to it now and breathe. Good. Slowly blink your eyes open. We're going to transition to our half pigeon pose. Now, if you prefer to come there from a down dog, feel free. For me, I'm just coming through our table and I'm bringing that right shin forward. Since I'm already here, extending the left leg back. Maybe you look over both shoulders. Take a moment to set a block under the hip if that's how you prefer to practice pigeon or half pigeon. And then only when you're ready, you can come down to forearms, come down to a block. Make a choice here that's right for you in pigeon. A place that challenges you but where you can stay. Where you're not watching this video begging me to bring you out of this pose, right? So it should feel like a challenge, but it should not feel unsafe in your body. And keep breathing. Maybe eyes closed is helpful for you here. Maybe you focus on a point on your mat or the ground or on the video screen. You're taking one more breath in your pigeon. And slowly come up out of pigeon. Bring your back knee forward and come into a tabletop for a moment. If you'd like to straighten or make circles with the right knee, you can. And then we're bringing that right foot forward for a lizard. So we're staying on the right side. In this final right side lizard, if you'd like to come down to forearms or a block, this is your opportunity to do so and to hold this pose. I'm going to choose a block, right? And that foot behind you, that left foot, can be tucked or untucked. You decide what's best for your back foot and what feels good. If you want to start to open the front knee to the side, you can do that. You can even start to look over the right shoulder for a twist. There's so many things you can do here. So maybe take the next 5 breaths to explore. Be curious. Add some fluid movement to that sacral area, right? That's what we're working on. Releasing and letting go of what's holding on. Letting go of what's not serving you. Take another breath in. And then nice and easy, make your way back to a high lizard. Once those hands are around the front foot, lean back into a half splits to release. Taking a moment. And then bringing the right knee back underneath the hip. Let's come into our left side. So left shin comes forward first for our half pigeon. Check in and see what this side might need. Might be different from your first side. And then when you're ready, you can sink down to forearms. Again, finding a focal point that's slightly out in front of you, or maybe closing eyes altogether. Finding your edge, but not pushing past it. Taking some nice slow breaths. Let's take one more full breath together now on this left side in our pigeon, really helping that hip muscle to release, the glutes to release. Then make your way up onto your palms, pausing, taking your time to unwind. Left knee under left hip. Couple of kickbacks or circles here if that's what you're needing. And then right into lizard with the left leg forward and out this time, so hands can find their way to the inside of the left foot. This is your opportunity, this last left side lizard, to sink a little lower. Again, check in with the back toes. Do they want to tuck? Do they want to untuck? What feels more stable and safe? That front knee can open a little more. Maybe you look beyond the left shoulder for a little more or a little something different. See what it feels like to shift your weight left and right. It doesn't have to be this huge movement for you to feel something, right? Good. One more full breath in this lizard. And then up onto palms. Set the block aside. Foot comes in between the hands now. Back in alignment and lean back. Shifting your weight, straightening the front leg. Good. Left knee under left hip. Let's come to our seat. Both legs out in front. Inhale, reach arms up high, and exhale, forward fold. Breathing. One more full breath in and out in this fold. And then sit up nice and tall. Let's come into that wheel of life twist once more before we come to our backs. So feet come to the mat as wide as the mat. Let both knees come off to the right and start to reach behind you. Again, those feet stay anchored and that upper body reaches around. I know I feel like I can twist a little more now. If you can, great. If you can't, that doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. So in this wheel of life twist, maybe you come down to forearms on the side. Maybe you stay lifted and continue to work your hands to the opposite side of the mat. Big breath in. And then exhale back to center. Windshield wipe the opposite way. Reach back to the left. Biggest breaths you have. Again, exploring how it feels to come down onto your forearms. One more breath in this twist. And then untwist your body. Let's come onto our backs now for just a moment. Take a block with you if you have that. Good. And on our backs here, go ahead and take your feet wide just like they were a moment ago. And then windshield wipe those knees side to side. So just making those movements side to side with the knees. Good. And coming back to center, take the block underneath your low back at the lowest height. So it'll only raise your hips a couple of inches. That's what we want. Good. And then settle your sacrum back onto the block. And then I'd like you to extend the right leg long. See how that feels. I'm going to move my arms so you can see my body a little bit better. And if that still feels okay for your low back, I want you to extend the left leg too. So what you're noticing is we almost have this banana shape with our body. This really interesting slow back bend. This interesting and very gentle inversion where our hips are in fact higher than our heart, but not by much. Okay? And what's happening is it's this really gentle opening again of our psoas, but also of our abdominals, right? We're expanding through our sacral area really gently. So you might not feel an intense stretch, but know that that's okay. You're still benefiting from this pose, from this very gentle inversion. Now Now, if this feels great and wonderful for you, I want you to stay. If you prefer to have your legs straight up in legs up the wall or in our waterfall, I'm going to invite you to do that now. If there's another inversion that you'd like to practice, like a shoulder stand or wheel, now is your opportunity. Remembering that those things are wonderful to practice, right? But if your intuition says less is more right now, take the less, right? Stay grounded. Stay still. Take one more breath in your inversion practice. And then nice and slowly bringing your feet back to the mat. Lift your hips to remove the block. Give yourself a big hug. Good. Open the arms to a T. And when you're ready, let your knees fall off in one direction, knees staying together. Look in the opposite direction of your knees. Bring them back to center. And let your knees fall the other way. Again, gaze switching directions. Bring it all back to center. Take one full good morning stretch, reaching. And then as you exhale, let all your limbs feel heavy in the mat. Close your eyes and take a few breaths. Now, if you prefer a longer guided mindfulness practice this morning or this afternoon or this evening, I invite you to go to the guided mindfulness section and select Peaceful Stream. And it's all about water and flowing, and that will be a great way to end your sacral chakra practice. If you only have a moment or two to relax in this Shavasana, you can stay with me and just pay attention to those breaths. Once again, feeling that air travel through the nose, down to the low belly, to the sacrum. As you exhale, feeling that space in your body soften. Doing this a few more times, feeling and watching that air travel from the nose, down to the low belly. Exhaling, feeling the low belly soften as you release. Letting go of anything right now that's not serving you. Whether that's expectations of yourself or others, unrealistic goals. Letting go of things that are outside of your control. And opening yourself up to possibility, to joy, to creativity, and to abundance. Take another long breath in. And as you exhale, start to wiggle those fingers and those toes. Let your head fall side to side as if you're softly shaking your head no. And in your own time, roll onto the right side of your body. Pausing here to feel gratitude toward giving yourself this time and space today. Gratitude for everything that your body does for you and for all the benefits of your yoga practice. Come up to a seat. Taking one last breath here together. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me in this practice today. Namaste.